First round of the IHSA football playoffs continued on Saturday. Glenwood at home hosting Carbondale. No Donovan Hammonds with a high ankle sprain. Should be good for next week. In the meantime, Brandon Montre hoping to carry the load in the backfield. Second quarter, the senior on the draw picks up a huge chunk, and then on the very next play, Dan Rourke goes to the bag of tricks. Pulls out the old Statue of Liberty. Miles McAdams on the fake, drops it to Montre. 60 yards for the score against the Terriers. And you might notice the Terriers wearing their home black jerseys in this game. Glenwood wasn't really happy about that, and they showed it on the field. Very next Titan possession, sweep left goes to Joey Giovanelli, and when this kid makes it through a hole untouched, he's normally gone. That was the case here. His second touchdown of more than 70 yards on the day. Montre and Giovanelli both well over 100 yards on the ground. 3 scores each. Glenwood led 35-7. Their defense does the rest. Back the Terriers up into their own territory. Aaron Snap on the punt. That's a safety. Then Eric Kerr leading the way on this tackle for a loss. On fourth down later that drive, Carbondale's quarterback rolling, throwing. It's Giovanelli on the defensive side of the ball. Glenwood will travel to Normal U-High next week with Saturday's 51-21 win. Auburn had a first-round matchup at home against Westville. They let the break. They'd extend that in the second half. Corbin Clark got the Travis Cummings. He lays some wood on the big pickup. Then Clark drops back, hits Ryan Brown. Auburn in the red zone, which is Austin Minch territory. He fights for the third score of the day for himself. Trojans up 14. Minch was far from done, meanwhile. Watch this move on the Westville defender. The kid should patent that move. Pops it outside, finds pay dirt again. Touchdown number 4. 3-score lead for Auburn, and the Trojan defense would get that back on the ensuing Westville drive. Matt Walker steps in for the INT. He returns it into Tiger territory. Dave Bates has a number of great options in this backfield besides Minch. Wes Sargent is one of them who gets in the mix. He makes a man miss and then drags the defender inside the 10-yard line. We move to the fourth quarter, and it was Minch who would do the rest. This is going to be his 5th score of the day. Auburn advances to face 2A number 1 seed Maroa Forsyth with a 42-22 win.
It's great because they were a tough team, and we knew it. They were pretty fast, and we knew they were going to give us a good game, and they did.
Early on, I think it took us a while to get going. Once we did a good job, and really at this point, it's just a matter of advancing on. So, and we did that. We just got to, obviously got a tough one next week. We're going to have to play really well. They're not the number 1 team for, I mean, they're good, and we're just going to have to play exceptionally well. But, this bunch has really done a nice job, been resilient all season, and honestly, from week 3 when we had a bunch of rash of injuries, for us to be 9-1 is probably a great accomplishment. So we'll just keep plugging and ready to go next week.
On the 1A level, Pawnee with a home game against the Fisher Bunnies. Hard to be tough when your mascot is a bunny. The Indians have no problems with toughness, though. Joey Matthews makes a nice defensive play, strips the ball on Fisher's first play from scrimmage, and then Matthews in the backfield. And watch this run. He gets stuck in the backfield, keeps his feet. An ankle breaker on number 4. Looks like he would score here. Dives for the pylon. They said he stepped out on the 2, though, and that was big because on fourth down later that drive, Pawnee fumbles the snap. Bunnies recover. 0-0 ball game after 1 quarter. I told you this Pawnee team is tough, though, and that's true from top to bottom. Nick Stevens, he'll bring the hammer on this Fisher pass over the middle. The Indians get the ball back, and Kit Thine is a very smart man. He puts it back in the hands of Matthews, who hides behind a wall of blockers before busting it to the outside. 17-yard score, 8-0 Pawnee after the 2-point conversion. Fisher would take the ensuing kickoff back for a score, but Pawnee had an immediate answer. Look at the playmaking here from Dalton Dorfler and Brad Stevens. Dorfler makes about 5 bunnies miss, and then he drops a dime to a laid-out Stevens. Look at that grab. This is 1A football. Pawnee would feed Tyler Gresham from there on out and eventually get another score. This Indians team, I'm telling you, they are legit. They advanced to the second round with a 28-12 win over Fisher.